And that Consume Souls is generally the more highly prioritized pick. Most games in which I do see a Mephisto, it is Consume Souls. Bunker can deal with that very effectively, but when you have 5 heroes currently with a spooky ghost over their head, that can be difficult to hop into the bunker. There's a Leo ban. Houston has yet to pick any of their damage, and conversely, Berkeley has already picked their backline heroes, unless they shift Phoenix into the off lane, which is, it still can be a thing. Certainly would not discount it here. Both teams will be searching for a main tank. Johanna as well as Mal'Ganis have been removed. Diablo still out there. Garrosh as well. A Nubarak could get some play here. It's been a pensive draft, to say the least. Tas Diablo. The Tassadar signifying that we might just find ourselves in the company of perhaps a hyper-carry hero. I wouldn't want to spoil it, but I'm not sure if we might be seeing a little bit of Mockery Tracer. Muradin is there, and the last pick for Cal will be... the War Chief. So Thrall has been picked up. What will be sort of the fulcrum of what Houston want to do? Anytime there's a Tassadar, you'd know. Yeah, chat knows what's coming too. Or they think they do. We got the lower third is covering up a little bit here, but there it is. We going to get that trace. Mockery breaking it out. Mockery is just a dirty Tracer player. Last time I checked in on him, it was somewhere in the neighborhood of like an 80% win rate with that hero, specifically in Hero League. And it works here because Deckard Cain struggles a little bit to get the sort of healing on the sort of damage that Tracer will often throw out there. Whoops. I kind of jumped out really quickly. Tassadar provides wave clear over time. Oh, we got a little bit of a disconnect. We're just going to keep letting this roll. This should come back. Big power spike. We'll see if any of these players have disconnected. I'm going to keep letting this roll. It is the right thing to do. We'll see if OBS can reconnect. All right, on the side of Cal-Berkeley. While we're here, Xerxes is going to be playing the Muradin. Jadis will be playing Phoenix. Tebin on the Deckard Cain. A Watcher on the Mephisto. And Mr. Fahrenheit trying to turn the heat up on the Thrall. On the flip side here, for Houston, as we talked about, Mockery will be playing the Tracer. Mimic on the Blaze, saw good things in the last set. Waffle Copter will be playing Tassadar. Sun Hu Yi will be on Diablo. And Logic will be playing the Tyrande. Alright, got the reconnect good, just in time. Chat, I apologize. It's got a big old spike there. And OBS didn't want any part of that. Mephisto steps up. Already throwing out a good amount of damage. You see the shields from Tas. They're going to be key to limiting the amount of damage that Mephisto can do should anybody be caught in that horrible, ugly ring. Watcher ports back out with a recall. And now the damage comes out. He's in trouble. Tyrande actually finishes Mephisto off. No bomb needed. That Pest Tracer, who is very good into Mephisto. She's so good at staying out of the range of his abilities. There's a big help there. Pulse Bomb is up. Tyrande has moved into the bottom lane. Working on the fortification turret. Mockery will slide on down, and already Berkeley trying to play the catch-up game. We do see Wafflecopter there in the top lane. Again, Tassadar working on the Psionic Storm quest. That's the wave clear. Typically, that doesn't come online until he gets the double Psionic Storm at level 16. But again, what it does is it provides just a good bit of poke. And eventually, just a ton of wave clear. So that will free up Tracer to do these kinds of Tracer things. You can see already Stormbolt missing. Listen, as a Murden main, nobody worse to hit than a good Tracer player. They have set up here, has Houston for... Oh, the healing pulse. Watcher in trouble. Actually winds up beating the pulse bomb. Mockery's sticking with it here. Can't quite finish him off. There's the shade. I don't know if anybody's going to go in there. Mimic with the offside jet propulsion. What a play. Biotic emitter. Kill number 2. What a great play by Mimic. Showing up big time here. Early in game number 1. And Houston takes a 2 kills to none lead. They're up 2 items as well. Jadis did pick up the... turret on the side of Cal-Berkeley. We'll see how Berkeley now can adapt. This is a Skull Missile quest. Mephisto. And you might think that that's very difficult given that there is a Tracer on the other side, but you have so much time on the point. You already see 11 stacks on Skull Missile. If we could just take a peek at these 2 talents really quickly here. Unyielding Power. So we'll get the cooldown with the damage. Cooldown takes a long time to finish. And then Hateful Mending. So a little bit of extra healing. Logic will go ahead, step back, pick up the one sort of true mercenary camp, the top lane bruisers. Jadis and Tebin will counter. Sun Hu Yi steps up. Diablo is on the point already, pushing Murden away. There's the Lunar Flare. Bomb is available. Tracer holding. There's the shield to cancel out the Mephisto damage. Here comes a Mimic sliding on up the conveyor belt. Looks like we could have a nice little 5v5 there. Tracer a bit of the target. Does eat 1 Stormbolt. Sun Hu Yi now turning attention on to Mephisto, who is low. Has a bomb on. Lives. Then dies. Eventually, Tracer is going to get to you. Healing pulses out. Mimic stays alive. There's a trade off of the turrets. Cal out of items. Logic still holding onto a fortification turret. 3rd kill. Level 7 rapidly approaching in the top lane. These 2 camps jockeying here over point, but through the magic of lane AFK, Houston gets a little bit more value with the chip damage on the top tower. Speaking of fortification turrets and towers and all the merc camps that are on the board, Logic and Mockery will set their sights yet again on another fortification turret. Diablo. There's nothing to worry about quite yet. Needs to watch out for the CC chain. Tassadar does have dimensional shift, and he does step away. This is a 99% channeled Triglav. Murden does not get wallbang. Could be an issue. Mimic goes in hard. Gets the jet propulsion out. Thrall eats. The bomb is okay. Everybody trying to get out of there. A lot of damage coming up from Watcher on that Mephisto. He's starting to do work. Is low. 2 fortification turrets. They're trying to find a target. Murden winds up going down. Mimic stops the warp. Phoenix goes down. Another 2 kills. Soon to be the Triglav. Mockery was almost there for the Lunar Flare, but Logic just barely missed that one. Level 7s are online for Houston. They've got the Triglav. And now they begin to do the objective dance. Tyrande comes online with this talent, which is one of my favorite in the game. Loon's Chosen. Target an ally, and your basic attacks will heal them. This has been the core of Tyrande's rework. This talent just allows her to operate as that solo support she might not have been able to do before. Watcher has to back up. The Triglav knows where he's coming back. He'll be okay. It does have the well tap. Not a ton of value there. Do get the wall down. Level away from level 10. 30 more seconds. 30% on the robot. Slapping the Nintendo Power Glove onto the other turret. And it might just be a couple of walls here with the first objective for the University of Houston. Just trying to keep an eye on some of these stacking talents. You see Mephisto up to 26 stacks on Skull Missile. That's not bad. That's a very early 26. 10s are nearly here. Houston will have an opportunity. Maybe making an aggressive invade. The fortification turret on the side of Berkeley is available on the bottom. They're going to start things off by going for the biotic emitter in the top lane. One more wave ought to do it. Diablo just kind of dancing around here. Blaze has joined in. Mimic looking for a couple of globes to be safe. Points up. Mockery stands on it. Here's the point. There's level 10. Bunker, Archon, Starfall, Lightning Breath. silver linings here for Cal-Berkeley. They should have the opportunity to go ahead and pick up a, obviously a big talent here, the level 10 for themselves. At 6 minutes in, it's about 6 to 7 waves to go from 9 to 10. This is a top objective up next. Mimic picking up the fortification turret from the invade on bottom, though. Even though they'll have level 10, they're going to have to deal with just a ton of items. In fact, if we start to figure out who's got what. Tracer's holding onto an emitter. Blaze just picked up a fortification turret. And nobody else holding yet, but that will be the second turret to be picked up by Logic on the Tyrande. Bit of action in the mid lane here. Blaze starting to get the advantage there on Thrall a little bit more. So far, a good job from Mr. Fahrenheit. Hasn't been pushed in too hard. Moving in there. Thrall goes past the minions. Does think a little bit better of it in the long run. 10's online for Berkeley. Purification Salvo. Durance of Hate. Which is what I feel like is a little bit of an underutilized heroic. Stay a while and listen. Avatar and Earthquake. Durance is a neat ability, and it's got a much lower cooldown than Consume Souls, so when Hysteria gets picked up, if that's the 13 talent choice for Watcher on that, Mephisto, Durance of Hate receives cooldown reduction as part of Mephisto's trait, which was already giving him cooldown reduction on, basic attacks. 2 heroes. Now, Houston, with that big XP advantage, about a level and a half. Blaze has to Unstoppable to get out of this. I might have to bunker to be safe. There's Stay a While and Listen. There's Durance of Hate on Diablo. Bunker still up temporarily. Mimic has to jump back in. Is low. Does wind up going down, but Xerxes in a bad spot. There's the bomb. Tracer trying to hunt down, maybe try to find a kill. Chasing Thrall. Earthquake has been used as well. We had Bunker traded out. Up above, Diablo trying to see if he can find his way onto Muradin. Not to be, but a ton of chip damage coming out. So Blaze gets pinched. Good play by Berkeley. He'll be back in about 8 seconds. Does stop Houston maybe from picking up the 13 talents here and even further snowballing this game. But one more wave. 13's here, and now Berkeley will have to be careful about how they engage. They had to use a lot of heroics in that spot. And a lot of big ones. Avatar to get Muradin out, and Earthquake to get Thrall out as well. Flash our 13 talent tier. We'll see what the members of Houston are up to. Actually backing off. This is a nice little macro play here. They have the 13 talents here. They know that Berkeley has no chance to pick that up. So why not take the aggressive invade and try to pick up a camp? Berkeley answers by immediately turning their attention to the biotic emitter. That's a trade there by Houston. The control plates take so long to convert that Houston right now feels like they do not have to worry about this team fight. Bomb is up. Archon was used for task. They also really want that cooldown back. And Diablo has Lightning Breath soon to be up. Jadis needs to be a little careful there. Xerxes sniffs this out. Berkeley now only a quarter of a level away. They'll give this point up for a little while. Taking inventory of the items. 3 fortification turrets for Houston. On the side of Berkeley, Xerxes right now holding a biotic emitter, and I believe that that is it. Thrall has hopped down into the bot lane. For the time being. There's no wall here and no well. This wave is up. Muradin's got a long way to go to safety. You can see that the scroll of sealing there from Necker K may be stopping Sun Hu Yi from possibly jumping on my Muradin, but 13s are here. We got ourselves a team fight at just about even percentage. Mimic is a little low. Earthquake comes out. Everybody going in. Diablo with the Lightning Breath. He's got the Unstoppable out. We see a number of items go out. Durance of Hate. It's 2 members on the backside. There's the bunker. Logic is in it, but nearly dead. Watcher doesn't quite go down. We see Mephisto eventually get wiped as Tracer starts to clean up. That's 4 kills. Only Tebin is left. I mean, just absolute chaos. But as Trixler says, it is a 5-man team wipe. Just chaos. Tyrande went down, but was hopping in and out of the bunker. Mephisto lived for just a little while longer. That was a great Durance. I thought Tass might have gone, but he's alive. 10-2 in terms of kills. The Triglav right now has Tassadar as well as Tracer. And with the next control point being the Clown Fiesta there on bottom, it does look like Houston wants to go ahead and remove all of the forts that they can. Another minute left on the Trig. We'll go ahead and finish that fort off. Sun Hu Yi is up close there, but is okay. Blaze in the bottom lane has been prepping this lane. He'll finish off the entirety of the wall. 35 seconds left, and 2/3 of that health bar remaining on the Triglav Protector, should wind up being the bottom fort. 16 talent here. We'll flash those up there. Now, what we talked about with TAS, Cyanic Echo, that second storm, also did pick up Nullification. The old-fashioned TAS Shrink Ray. Triglav steps up. And we'll work on bottom wall. This is going to be a long road back for Berkeley. But they had a fantastic combo with Durance. If they can sort of maybe find a right engagement. Jet Propulsion comes through, Lunar Flare, and it stops Muradin there. Stay a while and listen, but Diablo already has the Unstoppable going. Muradin has to jump out. He's got a bomb on him, and he goes down. Mockery with the chase. Tevin could be next. Tracer finds another kill. And another fortification turret goes over to Houston. They've been playing this game aggressively and fantastically at that. Waffle Copter now steps back, starts to get the soak game going. And it is going to be Merc Camp time for Houston. They have built just a massive lead in kills behind their sort of notable comfort pick. Mockery on his favorite Tracer. But you do have to give a lot of credit to the rest of the team members of Houston who, listen, I quite frankly, I was not familiar with. And Mimic on this Blaze has been fantastic in the games that I've seen. That's a very strong hero for a player who is showing up big time on the Firebat. $16 is here. Berkeley now trying to figure out how to get to a fight. You can see Xerxes jumping in there. They know that they finally have an even talent here. Their builds are fully online. This is a wild build. Mephisto going all in on Skull Missile. Tass has to use the Archon to get out. Blaze using the Unstoppable. Now Thrall's the target. He unleashes... we see Salvo, Earthquake. Everybody trying to get involved. Bunker's there. And it disconnects everything. We also see Archon go out. Sun Hu Yi is trying to find a counter kill. Mokuri wants to go back in. Tassadar gets deleted, but now the Tracer resets are coming through. Tyrande gets canceled out for Kane. Thrall down as well. Mockery is just doesn't want to let this... Oh, poor Phoenix go, and he uses the fortification turret to finish it off on the backside. Sun Hu Yi and Mimic finish off Mephisto. These fights are just chaos, and they are borderline impossible to keep up with. Every team fight, everybody presses their R buttons. I mean, the plays are just all over the place. But it's the right move. Cal-Berkeley needs to make a play happen. And for the last two team fights, they've picked up the first kill. In fact, they were up 2-1 in kills at one point. But the bunker canceled out a lot of the early fight damage. They stick around for quite a long time. They know they really don't have anywhere to go. I thought they had a chance in that fight. Looked like they did, but it was just not meant to be. They do manage to pick up a few kills and start to get themselves towards 20. But it is Clown Fiesta time. The 16-4 kill lead has put Houston in the driver's seat. Berkeley now has to think about taking a fight down 20s. Because Volskaya is a map that really often ends right here. The bottom lane is exposed. The wall has been largely taken care of. One more Triglav for Houston could be game. There's the Jet Propulsion. Connects on both damage dealers as Mephisto and Phoenix are under pressure. Purification Salvo looks like it's going to connect. The bunker comes out. Taz dodges it with the Archon. He is going down. Logic on the back line is getting pressured by Muradin. Kane on the backside has gone down. For Berkeley, there's a great combo. Logic is just dueling because, hey, it's Tyrande. Sun Hu Yi with a lightning breath sets everything else up. Tass for 4. Houston keeping things going. And Logic on this Tyrande is... Listen, I've only had... This is now the third map, but Logic and Mimic are playing extremely well on these just great heroes. Tyrande was lower than Muradin at one point, but Tyrande post 16 just wins these duels. If she can auto-attack, she will have as many charges of Illumin's Light as possible. the build does finally come online here. See the double owl build into the 20s. This is the big one. Get stuffed. Good Tracer players know how to use this. If you've watched HUC, you know how Schwimpy uses this talent. Mockery's in the same vein. Alright, maybe he's not quite as good as a Schwimpster. But believe you me, he knows how to use that bad boy. What else do we get? We got Hellstorm for Diablo. Love it. It's a bit memey, but Hellstorm on a core is just a sign that you're looking all in. Tass is back. 20 Twilight Archon. This is going to be a very difficult defense for Berkeley. They need to somehow figure out how to get past the Triglav, but still manage to defend their core. Nintendo Power Glove connects on Mephisto, who's going to wind up linking back. This is going to be another hard engage. We see the Earthquake as well as Endurance of Hate comes out. The Hellstorm has been used. It is getting massive value. 1, 2, and 3. Wafflecopter tracking down Phoenix, and hopefully Muradin. He's got the Archon going. Phoenix gets deleted. Muradin might be okay, but Cal-Berkeley's core is up next. Houston moving past the bottom keep. This is going to be game number 1. In favor of the University of Houston, the Hawkray fan club starting things off with a good upset on Volskaya. They have taken game number 1. And we'll see if they can continue this when this match ends. There we go. The all-in attempts by Berkeley were so very close, but listen, Bunker and Lightning Breath, especially 20, are just a great zoning tools. I saw very good synergy from Berkeley. So if, listen, you anticipate that they're not going to let the Tracer go any further in this draft, in these drafts without, making some sort of counter pick. But I would have to implore them to keep an eye on some of the other members of this team. Like, I've been shouting out Mimic and Logic, and they've been doing really good things. Let's update our scores real quick as Houston takes the 1-0 lead. 18-minute game. That's typically where Volskaya goes. If you've got a lead, that third Triglav Protector is it's just tough to deal with. Well played by Houston. Just to give you guys a little recap, Cursed Hollow was banned out by Houston, and Cal-Berkeley removed Brax's holdout from the equation. Berkeley now will have their choice of first pick or map pick. We'll get our lobby up and running as soon as possible. Chat, thank you guys for joining us. This is the last round of the TESPA Collegiate Series Heroes of the Storm preseason fall finale. I'm your host, Professor Bobo. Today we've got forecasters going. We've got Crow Heroes, Tootie Mose, and our newest little pickup, Kwanzaa, who has been a Heroes of the Dorm player for the last 2 seasons, and quite a successful one at that. Happy to pick him up for our crew of casters. Once again, the first 3 rounds today, quarters, semis, and finals, will commence tomorrow. It's all set up in the same time, so 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, we will all be back online, bringing you guys the hots. What else do we got here? We got a couple other little slides. Just taking a quick peek at the overview here. Again, 64 teams came in. Not everybody quite made it. There were a couple of little dropouts and whatnot. TESPA does run a leaderboard throughout the preseason, so it's an 8-week setup with 7 weeks of the regular season, and they have their own little ELO MMR function, if you will, and moving teams up and down. Both of these teams are very high up in the leaderboard. Houston was 10th-ish at the end of the season. I can double check that actually in a hot minute. Berkeley was top 10 for the entirety of this fall preseason setup. So the Hawkeye Fan Club actually wound up at 9th. They leapfrogged over the Colorado School of Mines Blasting Burrows at the last second. Only 8 teams are going to make it. Not too many upsets. You can queue up Nightbot, ! Bracket will bring you the bracket. In fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. So you guys can follow. And I've actually taken a peek a little bit too. I believe UConn actually did wind up getting upset as the Tricky Turtles, my alma mater, don't quite make it through. Some other strong teams. You may recognize Cal-Poly. The Pomona Ponies, made a really nice run last season in Heroes of the Dorm. They are back. Trying to take a peek around. We see Carleton's up there. Yep. We see UBC of Alberta. Arizona State, another familiar name to many. Let's see, who's got things going on? We'll have to keep an eye on Utah, who's making a strong run. University of Utah actually going up against North Texas. One of the higher ranked teams actually couldn't make it here. Some teams, listen, this is late in the college season, so obviously some teams have really reading sessions or tests going on, and it is the preseason, so you cannot be too mad about that. Okay, lobby is up. We are headed to Infernal Shrines. Why not? It's Infernal. Looks like from the lobby here that Berkeley has gone for the first pick selection. So I believe this is Houston's map choice. Best of 3 sets. We did see Houston on this map in their previous set. Teams look like they're ready. We'll wait for our captains here to go ahead and pop us a map. Infernal Shrines map number 2. Berkeley will be looking to extend this series. Infernal Shrines, the most popular map in Amateur HOTS. What would a set be without it? 3 sets today and 3 casts on Infernal. Jadis and Cal-Berkeley will get us started. Wafflecopter's been on this Maiev quite frequently. Here's the Urel band to get things going. A little bit of a difference here in this map. Potentially the offlane will open up. Dahaka could be a part of this. In fact, Houston will get rid of their preferred Maiev. Thinking about the first pick there. Maiev, such a good hero. Haven't seen a Mal'Ganis game in quite a bit. Diablo gets banned out. Not sure we're going to see it here. Maybe the tanks start to get choked out a little bit. Could see high priority on Blaze. Alex has been a part of the draft in one form or another, either picked or banned out. Here's the Genji ban. Berkeley gets things going with the Blaze. Very good deny. Mimic has been impactful on that hero. Tyrande could be prioritized. Logic's done a fantastic job on that hero today. There it is. And there's the Joe. So it'll be a Johanna as well as a Tyrande. Let's queue up some Joe stats. The 2 and the 3 picks are here for Berkeley. There's Kane as well as Phoenix. Dicker Kane's another hero that's been part of, I believe, every single draft that I have covered today. Kane preferred over Whitemane. Might be a little conspicuously absent. Depends on how you feel about her, of course. But Phoenix has been highly prioritized in this tournament as well. There's a hammer ban. Houston wants to force Berkeley to mingle and throw down. Was Berkeley, quite frankly, obliged in the first game? Denying the bunker was an exceptional draft move by them. Hammers, oh boy, Hammers are not a hero. Was broken for quite a while. There's a Tracer ban. No, sir, you may not. Oh, Mockery's Tracer gone. Listen, Hammers is odd because she was overpowered while Siege Tactics, the level 4 talent that grants her unstoppable, just allowed for the easiest of escapes. It got a little bit of a rework. You cannot thrusters out while unstoppable. But ooh, take us a joke, right? That really the point of Hammer is just to be able to just safely poke, especially against teams that will struggle to engage. And Johanna does not do well against Hammer. You would think that the blinds would help out, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal because Johanna just struggles to get to her. There's the Muradin pickup. And the last pick here for Berkeley. Watcher back on that Mephisto. Remember, he went with Durance in game number 1. Not sure where he wants to go in game number 2. The Muradin seems to be a bit of a crutch here for Berkeley. And there's the Ana. Ooh. Hi, Mom. Interesting. Okay. A little bit of a lobby kerfuffle. Give me a hot second. So, because this is tournament realm, they got a little bit of a bind here. Teams are going to go ahead and just queue their heroes up. So that was meant to be a Morales instead of Ana. That kind of stinks. I like Ana. But I'm interested in seeing this Morales. We're going to jump right into the game. We'll just kind of hang out here for a hot minute while the map selection tool are going. The lobby's broken. The teams here, the captains are chatting, and these are experienced players. They know what they're doing. So, what winds up happening is instead of remaking draft, you just queue up as the heroes that you had selected or had meant to select. We are on the tournament realm, but because we don't have access to tournament accounts, not everybody has every hero, so sometimes that can cause an issue. Not a problem. NBD. Taking a look at these drafts, we've seen Sun Hui on Johanna. Certainly seen Logic on them. Tyrande, but this is a double support. This is a neat comp. It's a ton of healing between Tyrande and Morales. Because with a Morales on the field, you don't know where the target priority is going to be. And if you just allow Tyrande to just continue to auto-attack, Light of Elune receives cooldown reduction from Tyrande's autos. And she will just pump the heals out. I'm interested to see what this comp is. Mockery talked about it in the post-set interview during round number 2. They've been working extensively with Cav Guest. And listen, he's a smart fella. Maybe they're up to something here. Who knows? Morales recently went through a little bit of a mini rework. Changed some talents around. She now does mostly the same sort of things. But she does get... she got a boost to Safeguard. Safeguard's a really nice ability now. Particularly against heroes such as Watcher, who's playing the Mephisto. For the rest of Berkeley, Mr. Fahrenheit will be on the Blaze, Xerxes on the Muradin. Captain Jadis will be playing Phoenix, and Tevin, once again, will be on the Deckard Cain. Flipping this over to the University of Houston, the Hawkray fan club looking to finish this set out. Wafflecopter on the Junkrat, Logic getting it on Taronda. Mimic will be playing the Johanna, Sun Hu Yi actually on the Tychus, and Mockery on the Morales. Houston already breaking, looking for the soak. They will not oblige Cal by running it down mid here. I might turn that down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Watcher yet again looking for the Skull Missile build. Talents are otherwise looking fairly standard. Blaze going for the Neural Stim pack. Wafflecopter needs to be careful here. Should have a mine. Just gets out. There's the root from Kane. Wafflecopter was 100% dead if Xerxes connects on that Stormbolt. But being an Overwatch hero, mobility, mobility, mobility. Johanna here is here in the top lane up against Blaze. We'll see how this matchup winds up going through. They both hit like a wet noodle in the early game, but they still have pretty good wave clear. You can see that Blaze is just a little bit ahead of Johanna. Junkrat has stayed bottom for the entirety of this phase. One thing to keep an eye on is that Morales needs to keep building. I'm not sure exactly where the talents are going to go. We'll keep an eye on it. Both teams are moving for the mid camps. But EMP Grenade is very problematic for Phoenix. It's problematic for anybody, really, with the likelihood of Deckard Cain going for the shield pots at level 4. We'll check that talent when it is up. Wet Noodle fight continues in the top lane. There's the pickup from Jadis and Tebin. Oh, boy. Fours are near. This is a quick move for the bottom camp. Sun Hu Yi just trying to finish off this first goat does. Junkrat should be able to rotate down faster than Mephisto. However, there is more beef on the side of Cal-Berkeley as Muradin's in the area. Level 4 talents have been picked up. Get the old Linda Rhythm for the Tychus. There is a nice Lunar Flare. Sun Hu Yi at the front receiving the Morales. Heerling has a long way to go to get out. Watcher has showed up on the Mephisto. There's the port in and then the port back out. There's the tap now. And Phoenix has set his eye on the camp. Lunar Flare connects on 2 members. There's even more CC going out. These teams are just fighting over this camp, and Jadis needs to be careful. He does not have a lot of hit points right now. Houston looks like they're thinking about letting this one go. There's the cap. In the rhythm for Tychus. Keep an eye on that minigun duration as it starts to scale. Lunar Blaze already starting to get some value with 3 stacks. 8 stacks on Skull Missile for Mephisto. This is a bot lane Arcane Punisher. Xerxes does get grenaded in. Sun Hu Yi jumping forward. You can tell he wants to get the duration there. Now the poke begins. Wafflecopter's here in the Junkrat. Hucking them grenades out. Johanna looks like she will be the last person to arrive. Blaze trying to get a little bit more wave clear. 22-5. Sun Hu Yi with a little bit more damage on the front line with Tychus. He's got double support with him. Tychus is a durable hero. Xerxes under a bit of pressure. Mr. Fahrenheit's on the backside. You can see the pings coming out. Houston wants to have to deal with him. Ironskin is there. The root comes out. Tychus is in a bit of trouble. Mr. Fahrenheit with a long way to go. 32. Skeletal defenders have been picked up. Lunar Blaze connects. There's a lot of big-time skill shots getting thrown out here. There's the mine on the backside, but Wafflecopter does not get the connection. 37 have been picked up. Watcher in trouble. He went in. They're trying to get this converted. 37 still. 38. Watcher low. Johanna trying to zone out. There's Sun Hu Yi trying to slap the minigun down. Mephisto goes down. Tebin there with 39. It should just be one ability. There it is. Big jet propulsion. Mr. Fahrenheit trying to target the Taronda. We got to keep an eye on this Punisher. Blaze does eventually wind up going down, but Sun Hu Yi could go down to the jump. There's the lasers. Waffle trying to avoid the bullet hell that is the Arcane Punisher. Is okay. UH picks up 3 kills despite losing the objective, and they will have their opportunity to clear. 7th online for them. This is where all, morale starts to get going a little bit. Level 1, So you can do siege feedback. That hasn't changed. Cellular reactor, just to try to help her out. That's going to be good against Mephisto and anything that he may want to do. And then you get vanadium plating, a very good talent. Roots and stuns, so Muradin, as well as Kane, as well as Blaze, will proc that talent. Waffle Copters here. Remember, Johanna backed, has been top most of the game. This has made it really tough for Houston to pick up these camps because they have kept their tank in the off lane to bother Blaze. Now, it looks like Tychus is going to go ahead and finish this off. Berkeley will set their sights on their own camp. Got to keep an eye on the Tychus build. It really comes online at 13. At 7 here, you see Relentless Soldier. He wants to get stunned. He'd like to get rooted to pick up that armor. And then when 13 comes online for Tychus, he will receive healing equal to 100% of his minigun damage when the duration ends. So this is how, you know, the Tychus meta, if you will, is sort of played. Stack in the rhythm. Pick up the healing at 13. And Tychus is as bulky as many warriors. Here's the dash. Stormbolt connects from Xerxes, but nothing really doing. This wet noodle fight's still going on. I hope everybody's having fun up there. Houston, 2/3 of a level from 10. Oh, that was a lucky find. What a shot by Logic. What's he doing on Lunar Blaze? 9 stacks thus far for Tyrande. In the rhythm, up to 44 stacks. Almost up to 50 on Taste for Explosions for Junkrat. That's a talent that is not always completed. It actually helps to lose the first objective. If you're a completionist. Been all about mid and bot. We've seen Johanna and Blaze sticking to top. There's another attempt at this bottom camp, and now Houston will be able to pick up the neutral camp. However, they're about to get invaded, despite having level 10. Riptire. We've got Stim, Starfall, Odin, and Blessed Shield. 10's now here for Berkeley. Salvo. Lornado. Waiting for a couple other picks to come up. We get the bunker. Sort of as expected. Mr. Fahrenheit found out by Logic. Muradin and Mephisto yet to make a call. This will be a mid lane Punisher. Houston makes the move towards their Shaman camp in the top lane. Waiting to see. Yes, there it is. Berkeley will do likewise. Is this a Haymaker? No, Avatar. Not sure what the Mephisto pickup's going to be. It's possible that Watcher just wants to see how this first team fight goes. Maybe if he does wind up getting a number of low health targets, he goes in to consume souls. Tychus stepping up. A lot of zoning, but he does not care. Watcher might wind up being the target. Blaze, however, answers with the jet propulsion. We see the root on the backside. There is the Odin. There's the Stim drone as well. We get Riptire. Mephisto has gone down. Now the Riptire's waiting for everybody to leave the bunker. Jadis and company in trouble. Xerxes is low. Phoenix has gone down. Mr. Fahrenheit getting body blocked on out. Wafflecopter with the aggressive positioning on that Junkrat. Looking to make sure that all these kills get contained. Sun Hu Yi on the Tychus steps up. That is another successful team fight for a now 6-0 Houston Hawkray fan club. An unorthodox comp is working out, and it's working out because Tychus is a beast. He has more damage than any 2 members of Berkeley combined. And he hasn't even picked up 13 yet. That's the stuff. 13 about to get unlocked. Waffle's got to be careful. Jadis is in the area. He doesn't have Ripper air yet, excuse me, which will, help him. I'm going to scurry away. Mortar Punisher mid lane. We'll look to take a fort down. Gotta watch on the backside. Blaze is up top. We'll see if he makes an appearance. But right now, 5 members of Houston are here looking to siege down this fort. They will have some cooldowns back. Keep an eye on Johanna, who might just feel obliged to rip a Blessed Shield. And they will back off. .13's online. Talent tier advantage for Houston. They'll use it to pick up their enemies' Khazra camp. Taking a peek at our stacking talents here. A little bit slower in this game on Skull Missile. 30 still not a bad total, and is almost finished. That one caps at 40. Just keep an eye on there, just to get that permanent reduction. Another camp grab there. And now that we are in the post-13 phase, Johanna resumes her place in the 4-man. Wafflecopter on the Junkrat will move to just play safe soak. Try to get the double soak going. With Ripper Air online, he's got even more mobility, the ability to bounce around whichever lane he so chooses. Watcher needs to be careful. There's the Harsh Moonlight Arrow. Lunar Blaze connects. But now Mockery could be in a bit of trouble. There's the Durance of Hate, and immediately the target seems to be Morales. Still alive. Stim drone on Odin, and he is going ham. Mephisto's down. Here's the Riptar on the backside. Jadis gets knocked out of Purification Salvo by the Riptar. What a great play by Wafflecopter. Everybody alive. Xerxes get pulled in by the Condemn. I believe that interrupted his jump. Taps in is okay. Sun Hu Yi steps up to this fort. The medic lives. And the Golden Mishas die. Cal has great synergy with the Durance plays. They're getting, every single time we see that ability come out, they just jump on a target, they get a ton of damage out. But they have just struggled to convert kills in both of these games, and it has plagued them. And a big part of that is Tychus being able to Odin up, take the stim drone, and he just does so much damage. He is turning these fights around single-handedly, while the double support combo of Logic and Mockery just keeps everybody alive. Junkrat up in the top lane, maybe thinking about starting this siege. No, Ripper Arrow bounce around a little bit. Mr. Fahrenheit missing just barely on the slow. That could have been a big jet propulsion follow-up. Waffle. Just doing Junkrat things. Aggressive positioning from Mimic. 16s are here. We'll flash these talents, but we might just have an aggressive team fight here. Mimic stepping up. There's the root. Does stop Tychus from advancing. Watcher's in a weird spot. He'll use the jungle to good effect there. Mimic deterring Mephisto as well as Deckard Cain. There's the Iron Skin. The chase is real. Stim drone out. Morales in big trouble. Tychus now has an opportunity to turn this. There's the Riptire yet again. We'll see what Waffle can do with this bad boy. Blaze got in the bunker with next to no health. Sun Hu Yi on the Tychus is hammering away. Mimic still trying to figure out if he can just get this Blaze gone. And there it is. Purification Salvo comes through, but the mine disrupts it again. Mephisto down. Xerxes running away. I Wafflecopter on this Junkrat. Salute, good sir. He disrupted Purification Salvo with a Riptire in the first team fight, and in the second one, the mine knocks it back on the cooldown. And before Phoenix has an opportunity to resume the fight, he is gone. That is a fantastic sign of the strength of their comms. And the strength of their preparation for Houston. They know what the critical abilities are. They know that they have a lot of repeatable little mini stuns and ways to maybe put that, Salvo in particular, back on cooldown. And a shout out to Wafflecopter for saving it. Houston will make the move for the old 39, if you will, and they'll pick up a couple of more camps. With both forts being removed, they have the opportunity to open up a win condition either passively, should the Mercs wind up pushing through mid, or with a combination of the Punisher and yet another Khazra camp that they are grabbing in bottom lane. This should be a keep. You will have Stim Drone as well as Odin available. This is another camp. They want all three. Berkeley will sort of answer by going ahead and starting to get some push of their own. They've got top camp going. I'd expect to see Junkrat maybe drop back. Waffle wants to get these two Khazra camps going in the opposite direction. Now we have a frozen Punisher on its way in the bot lane. There's the jump. Murda gets knocked around, but not quite in the opposite direction. Watcher goes ahead, and there's the combo from Mephisto. This is a 5-man push in the bot lane. Punny is down to half health. There's the jump on top of Phoenix. Mimic stepped up, couldn't quite get the combo. There's the Starfall. They're looking to find a way to get on the Watcher when he pops out. There's the bunker. Riptire is used. Lornado has zoned out quite a few members. A lot of low red health bars. There's the stim drone, and it is on the Odin, but Tychus is in big trouble. You can see he's starting to get the heal back up from the double support combo of Tyrande and company. The Purification Salvo coming through. This time it will connect. It only finds Johanna. Finally, Berkeley on the board. But they're defending this keep very well, and they just might find themselves a Tychus. Jet Propulsion connects. The Odin is due to expire soon, but it's just so much damage right now. Sun Hu Yi does step up. One more minion, and now the keep is a little exposed. On the flip side, we talked about this passive push. Berkeley starting to open their own little win condition in the top lane. A Khazra in the middle. 6 of them now have to be dealt with. 20s are near. Keep an eye on Xerxes here. Thought he might have been thinking about a jump combo. Maybe try to get the chase down, if you will. Waffle deals with the top camp. Good defense from Berkeley. They finally get themselves on the board for a kill. See if they can build up a little bit of confidence. And exactly what they needed. Next objective will be in the top lane. And it's their win condition. They'll be down 20 talent tier for a while. But if they can find Soak in at least 2 out of 3 lanes, they may find themselves in a position where they are finally on even talent tiers. And they're in an advantageous position where Houston will not have a fort nor a well to retreat to. Still almost 20. That was Durance. That just barely missed. Now everybody's coming in. Mimic's in the middle of this. Starfall is here. The target right now is Phoenix, who is low. He escapes with little life. There's the Riptire. Mr. Fahrenheit is in this bunker, but he has next to no life. We've also got the Odin coming out as well. Watcher trying to retreat out. Mephisto has to be careful here. Everybody looking all right thus far, but this is a long way to go. Tychus stepping on up. 20s will be here with a couple more minions. Watcher goes in. He's just looking to try to get a shield and maybe find his way out. Wafflecopter has to back away as Junkrat was quite low. Nobody goes down. 20s online for Houston. I think Berkeley's starting to get a little bit of steam here. They, however, lose all of their top structures to the 20 advantage. Houston now looking to open up this wall. There's Durance of Hate. It connects. However, that's Sun Hu Yi, and Tychus ain't dying. Purification Salvo coming through. The target could wind up being Mockery. He's trying to get away. Logic is there to escort him. There's the warp out by Jadis. Phoenix now lacking his mobility. Mimics pulling a number of members through. Xerxes has stepped up. Sun Hu Yi has to avoid the damage from Mephisto, who warps back in. There's the root. Still nobody dead. The double support comp has been exemplary for Houston. They just refuse to let anybody go down. Berkeley, without the 20, now have a tough decision. Are they going to take this fight down a talent tier, or are they going to play more defense? There are a lot of camps on the field of play and up and available. I expect to see them move for all 4. 2 Khazra camps in the middle. Take a peek at their 3-man here. And the neutral camp in bot lane. This is how comebacks are sort of built. If Houston cannot either finish the game or, take a keep at the very least here, they are going to lose all of their forts, as Berkeley wants no part of fighting 20. Berkeley just takes the forts. I want to see what the play is here. They know they can't race this. This is just, again, trying to open up a win condition after they defend. There's the back. Xerxes needs to be careful here, because a minion stopping this back is not good. Everybody's out. Shaman Camp will join the members of Houston for what may be the final push. There's the Punisher jump. Watcher goes in. He's going to try to get things going. Knockback on Xerxes, who has to pop Avatar immediately, but Mimic is the only member at the front. Gets hit by the Durance, and there's the Unstoppable. Stim Drone Odin yet again. Punisher is on the keep. We've got an Odin, and we've got sizzling attacks. Murden goes down. That's the first kill. One more ought to do it, and there goes Mephisto. Half-health Punisher needs to get pulled over to the other keep, otherwise this could be it. Jadis barely escapes. Mr. Fahrenheit went in. That jet propulsion might just cost him. Bunker. He does pull the Punisher away. Now the focus is on core. Rip Tire, Medevac, or excuse me, Stim Drone is available. There's the Purification Salvo, and it will hit almost everybody, but Wafflecopter is okay. Mimic is up at the front here. Remember, this is Johanna with, her level 20, I will not die. She should be okay. Punisher trying to get back to this keep. Cena looking to join in on the fun. 50% on core. There's the Stim Drone on the Tychus. And Sun Hu Yi is going to just drop those sizzling attacks on the core. And the University of Houston with the upset. And they will advance to tomorrow. They defeat the Cal-Berkeley Golden Mishas. And a 2-0 and just a really fun, unorthodox comp. How did that get back there? You gotta fix that. Get out of here. End. Hiya! There we go. We'll throw that score up there. Congratulations to Houston. Berkeley season comes to an end, but the Hawkeye fan club will move on. I'm going to talk to Mockery again. I like that guy. What can I say? I mean, the one kill tells the whole story. Taronda and Morales won. That's just what happens. It was very difficult to find the kill. I've heard about these little sort of mini Tychus hypercarry comps, and Sun Hu Yi was just fantastic. Mockery's going to hop in again. Let's get that call going. Okay, let's do this. We'll do this again. Call him.
Hey.
Congratulations, Cap!
Hey,
Now hold on, I gotta get... Oh my god, I gotta get the filter on. You... Oh my god.
Easiest game of our lives.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. They were a good opponent.
You guys are...
That was hella hype, though.
That was a lot...
Really good about this.
That was a lot of fun. Alright, hold on. I can...
Yeah, dude. We had fun.
So, I mean, listen, Titans King actually called it in chat. Mockery playing Morales. WT you know what. Where did that come from?
He's asking where that came from. That's right.
The main take Tychus. I know where the main take Tychus came from. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah. We got our take player one.
Come on, step up, guys. All right, there we go. I got you.
No, that's just something that's been in the mix for a little while, you know. We didn't want to show it in rounds 1 or 2.
Okay.
You know? But that was a little bit of a secret formula that we had, and we decided to bust it out against an opponent we respected, and we do think that they were good opponents, you know. So.
Oh yes.
We thought it was necessary to pull that out, and we had good results with it.
I mean, over the course of 2 games, I just kept watching. You know, they would all in on the Durance combos, which were great. And in the first game, listen, shout out to Mimic, dude, on fire. Like the blaze in those 2 sets, was fantastic. So breaking it up in the first game. Oh my god. I mean, that looked good. You guys just stopped those all-ins. And then, you know, listen, when you throw up the final game, and I'm like, okay, Sun's playing the Tychus and Mockery's playing the Morales. Just looked like a lot of fun. And listen, you guys got a ton of momentum in that game. Wow.
He's basically just saying, wow, like, you on Tychus, me on Morales, it was crazy.
It looked really good. Oh wait,
like, we were all yelling at the top of our lungs. That was one of the most hype experiences we've had all year. That was great.
I got to ask about the comms, because, you know, we talked about it. You guys are in the lab right now. You're all together. And I think in the first 2 objective fights, Wafflecopter stops the Purification Salvo. Talk about that.
Yeah.
Because the rip tire and then the mine, it just immediately stopped all the momentum on those.
Yeah, he's talking about you interrupting the salvos. You did it twice. Twice. What can you say? Exactly. Yeah, no. I'm telling you. Wafflecopter is the best Junkrat in NA. Weren't you saying I was worse than Schwimpy on Tracer, and I didn't like that either, personally?
Come on, dude. Like, all right. Maybe we'll see. Listen. If anybody gives it the hero tomorrow, you can shut me up. you know, I like seeing you bounce around. But listen, like
No. You asked about the comp.
yes,
Like during that game, just at random moments, we were just yelling at the top of our lungs. We were just in the middle of regular laning, and we just. Ah!
oh my god, oh, not that much crowd.
That was great.
Like I said, like it's really cool to see, and again, I like seeing the lab, man. I mean, that is such a cool setup for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And just
It's the most fun we've had all season, I think.
right on. So listen, let's talk about tomorrow. What are your expectations?
Pomona's a really strong opponent. You know, I think they dropped a single series this entire season, playoffs and regular season. So we have more strats, you know, that we're keeping under wraps for right now.
Okay.
We didn't show everything we got. We got more coming up for us. But anyway, it's just a lot of respect for Pomona. We have to recognize that we're super hyped right now.
Yep.
But, you know, in between games in this series, we were telling each other, like, calm down, just focus. And that's the exact same mindset that we're taking into Pomona, because the way we see it, we beat Pomona, we win the whole thing, you know? They're the number one team. No, like, I'm not even, that's not me trying to be arrogant. They're the number one rated team. We go against them, we feel like we can take the entire thing. So we're hyped, but we're focused.
Love to hear. Like, hey man, you love to see it. And I mean, listen, it's really cool. Just getting to start to sort of like learn and see the players a little bit. Got to see a lot of games with Logic on the Tyrande. You know, got to see a little bit about what you guys are out, and just this pivot in this second game, which just played so well. I'm peeking at the stats here. You're out soaking everybody. Your macro looks on point, and
Our macro, he's praising you.
and I feel like, and this is that the. Talk a little bit more about the Cav influence, right? You know, we queried it up a little bit previously, but what specifically do you guys work on with him?
What Cav did for the team. Okay.
He taught me how to play this game.
No. Right here, this guy, he's a league import, actually. He
All
didn't
right.
play HOTS at all before this. And we brought him in, and Cav just taught him everything about tanking. And that's made massive strides in his improvement.
Dude,
We imported that guy from League 2, and he's already master after 2 months. Big improvements. And I gotta say, myself, my macro has grown tremendously under Cavalier Cast. And he's not been like a consistent thing, like all the time, just like even in our few sessions with him, made such a difference. Anybody who thinks they don't need a coach is a liar or ignorant.
Mhm.
Right? Like those games, we would have thrown those every single time before he stepped in. He would always tell us, like, you just need to play with discipline. And I think you saw a lot of that in these series today, the 2 series that you've watched. We get a lead and we just play safe.
Yes.
You know, we're all just backing up, waiting for that next objective like we did. We tried to make that play on top keep. It didn't work out. We didn't force it. Went back to that objective. And that's that influence from Cav at play right there.
It looks good. It looks darn good. We're looking forward to. Oh man,
macro looks good. I take that and throw it entirely to Cav.
the man knows his stuff. I'm happy to be working for him in Heroes Lounge. You know, like I said, anytime you can hit up anybody who has such, you know, listen, knows the game, has a proven track record. This goes for all college teams too. If you want to make the improvement, this is it right here. It's these gentlemen on my side. Because listen, you got league imports, right? You know, you've got guys jumping around to different spots. You're playing neat comps. It looks fantastic. And listen, take it away. Hit your shout outs and take us home.
You got any shout outs? You got any shout outs, y'all?
Cav, Froge, Epics.
Shout out to the people here again. Shout out to Cav, Froge, and Epics, the 3 people that have been heavily involved.
Donnie, Yuki.
Yeah, those are our subs, Donnie and Yuki, Cav, Froge, Epics, all the people watching the Twitch stream. My entire team, I think we all just really stepped up in a big way today. And that's about it, really. Just everybody involved in the whole process, I feel, has just been A1.
All right, Hawkway Fan Club. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, shout out Hawk Ray as well. Love your videos.
Good luck, guys. We'll pick you up tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to be casting 100% of those games. We'll see how far you guys can make it tomorrow as we move into the final 3 rounds.
All right, thank you, man. It's good to see you. I'll talk to you later.
Right on. Fun, fun, fun. And a hell of a set from the Houston guys. They've shot up the rankings throughout the season. I remember just taking a peek at the leaderboard. It took them a little while before they jumped up into the top 10. They look like they've got, you know, great head of steam. They clearly know what they're doing, and college esports are still a little new and still a little fresh. And if you have an objective, and if your objective is to, advance in tournaments like this, and you know that Houston has their eyes on Heroes of the Dorm in the preseason, in the regular season in the spring, reach out, find yourself a coach, get yourself better. Listen, Mockery's a notable name. I've watched a lot of his streams. I've seen him on a lot of amateur teams, seen him in open division. But, getting to learn and getting to see the play from the other 4 teammates has actually been a joy today. And I'd absolutely love to see it. Wow. Okay. Just to recap, let's throw that second win up on the board for that map A. University of Houston advances with a clean sweep over Cal-Berkeley. They get the 2-0. They will move on to tomorrow. And on the schedule for tomorrow, as we get started with a round of 8, we go quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. We will have 100% of those games covered. The casters for hire are here, ready, willing, and able, and you can bet that tomorrow we will be here. The times actually do match up for tomorrow as well. So if you're trying to figure out, hey, when can I catch the rest of this tournament, join us here. We'll get things started 1 PST, 4 EST. I see Titans King in chat. Oh, you crack me up, Feed King. That's going to be a good battle. All right, gang. I'm going to be out shortly. I will throw the host over to one of my fellow casters that still have games going on. I want to thank everybody for joining me here. Looking forward to tomorrow. I have been your host. It has been a pleasure. Professor Bobo live here from the lecture hall. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.